What surprised me most was how much the ride feels more relaxed cruiser with utility chops rather than a sharp commuter, despite its somewhat sporty wheel size and Bosch drive. I came in expecting nimble city-only performance, but found it handles more varied conditions than I thought. Frame and build quality. Overall build feels solid. At 25-28 kg depending on the version, it's heavy, which you notice when lifting or pushing, but on the move the rigidity is good. The finish is also premium. Paint, cable routing, color-matched fenders, and the racks are well fitted. Components are mostly upper mid-range. Dale Red drivetrain in the 27.1, hydraulic disc brakes, puncture-resistant Schwalbe Super Moto X tires. Compared to competitors in this price range, Lundi 27 stands out for its component finishes, racks, lighting, fenders, and frame integration. In that class, you sometimes sacrifice accessory quality, but here you don't. Suspension and handling. On smooth city tarmac, it's very comfortable. On rough cobbles or badly patched roads, you feel the vibration, but the seat post does a decent job smoothing things out. It never feels harsh like a rigid mountain bike, but don't expect full suspension plushness. In terms of handling, geometry is built for stability rather than super quick responsiveness. The wheelbase is relatively long, reach moderate. You ride fairly upright, which is great for visibility, comfort, and low-fatigue city riding. The Schwalbe Super Moto X 2.4-inch tires supply a lot of volume, which helps grip, confidence in corners, and smooth over small obstacles. Climbing steep ramps. The bike performs respectably. The Bosch Active Line Plus motor gives enough grunt for city hills or moderate inclines. But it is heavy, so above very steep or prolonged climbs you notice the weight. The motor works hard, and assist modes get used heavily. On flatter or gently rolling terrain it's serene, almost effortless when using eco or tour modes. For descending, especially when loaded, the frame remains composed, though again the lack of suspension front means you need good tires and careful handling over rough stuff. Drivetrain and performance. Power delivery from the motor is quiet, more refined than some of the more aggressive cargo bike-style Bosch motors. Assist modes. Eco gives enough help to make commuting effortless if you can accept slower hill sections. Turbo gives strong push, but battery drains quickly in that mode if you push often. Braking. The hydraulic discs feel reliable, modulation is good, though under wet or muddy conditions initial bite is a bit soft. Again, not a mountain bike stop, but certainly acceptable for this class. Limitations and trade-offs. Here are where the Lundi 27 doesn't quite hit perfection. The weight is substantial, so anything that involves lifting, stairs, loading on a rack, etc., is a chore. Lighting. Fixed front light limits beam direction, and visibility in very dark rural roads is less than optimal. Single frame size with limited handlebar adjustability means fit could be less ideal for very short or very tall riders. Reach adjustments limited. Cost. Because of the strong component spec and accessories included, the price is at the upper end of city e-bikes. Some buyers might prefer spending less and accepting fewer extras, or more if wanting serious performance. Final verdict. Buy this bike if you want a premium, comfortable, low-maintenance urban e-bike that has excellent build, useful utility, rack, lights, fenders built in, and you ride mostly city, bike paths, occasional mild gravel or forest tracks. If you value comfort, good component quality, and don't mind carrying a heavier frame, this bike will reward you. Skip this if you regularly ride aggressive off-road terrain, need suspension components, fork for serious bumps, or expect long mountain-grade climbs, and want either more torque or a much lighter bike. Also skip if your budget is tight and you don't need all the accessories. There are cheaper alternatives if you strip down requirements. At the end of the day, I found the Lundi 27 made me want to ride more. The kind of bike that shows up shining at the end of a ride, not just specs on paper. Better to have a real bike that gets used than one with flashy numbers sitting in the garage.